Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Francis and I'm going to show you how to make some caramel apple pork chops. Warm, spicy, and sweet, this wonderful fall recipe is a guaranteed favorite and is great with smashed potatoes and buttered green beans. So to make these caramel apple pork chops, what you're going to do is basically sear the pork chops in a skillet on high heat so they're nice and dark brown and delicious. And then once the pork is done, you're going to take that out, and in the leftover fat and meat juices, you're going to make an apple caramel sauce. So the first thing you want to do is take your pork chops and season them heavily, okay? We're going to add some kosher salt and some black pepper all over on both sides of the pork chops and then set them aside. Then you want to have a skillet on medium-high heat. You can add in some vegetable oil to the pan, and then you can place in your pork chops. And you're gonna let them cook for about 5 minutes on one side, and then flip it over and cook 5 minutes on the other side. I recommend cooking these pork chops in batches. You don't wanna kind of cram all 4 into one skillet. If you do that, they're gonna just kind of steam instead of getting brown and crispy. So I say go 2 at a time and make sure they're fully cooked, and then you can start with new batches and keep going until they're all done. As long as you get a really brown crust on both sides, the inside should be fully cooked, and then you're good to go. So after you finish your pork chops, you can either put them on the side and then quickly move on to make the rest of your food, or if you're worried about them getting too cold and will take too long, you can put them on a warming dish in the oven at about 175 degrees Fahrenheit. So next we're gonna make the seasoning mixture to flavor the caramel applesauce. So in a small bowl, add in some brown sugar, salt, pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Then grab a fork and stir that all together so it's all well combined. Then you're going to put that aside as well. Now in your pan, after you've cooked your pork chops, you should have some fat and some meat juices left over in the skillet. So that's great because that's going to add so much more flavor to your caramel apple sauce. So what you want to do next is once the pork chops are out, let's add in our butter so it can start to melt. Then you can add in your peeled and sliced apples, as well as your brown sugar spice mixture, and just kind of stir that together, and you'll see that really quickly the sugar and the salt and the cooking draws out all the moisture from the apples and it leaks into the pan, and as you're cooking the apples it'll start to reduce and get really caramelized and delicious, and that's exactly what we want to go for. So after your apples are tender and your sauce has thickened and your pork chops are cooked, you're ready to add them all back together. So I would put your pork chops on a little platter and spoon your apples over it and add in some of that nice sauce, and then sprinkle with some pecans on top. That's gonna give you a lot of great fall flavors, a little bit of crunch, a little bit of sweetness, and you also have some salty meatiness from the pork chops. So all these flavors are gonna be really, really great together, and it'll be a perfect dinner for you and your family. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to Allrecipes. We make a ton of helpful videos that are gonna be so useful for you in your kitchen. And don't forget to press the notification bell so you don't miss any of the great videos we do make. And down in the comments below, tell me, are you a big fan of sweet and savory? Is this like meat and apples combo perfect for you? Let me know, I'm really curious. And until next time, I'm Matthew Francis.